What is up, everyone? This is Jaden X1, and this is part 8 of the intel gathering in Division.
Warning, we're exiting the safe area.
And the location for all these intel would be... trying to find the name. No closer to Maury Hill. Maury Hill, and all the intel is located in Turtle Bay at this area. I had to I had to restart the General Assembly mission and take care of the last side mission that had something to do with tech. So now that I've done both, I'm now cleared to gather some intel on Turtle Bay. So it is, as I said in the in my previous intel gathering broadcasts. Step 1, you go to a safe house. Step 2, complete side missions for both the safe house and for your HQ. That has something to do with tech wing, security wing, and medical wing. Once you've completed those steps, the only thing that's left is step 3, collect the intel. Because right after you're finished with the side missions for your safe house, you gotta report to the vendor. And then after that, you're pretty much done. You just have to move on to the next safe house and repeat the process. So if I were to tell you guys that I have more info on Division 2 and that the villain is a former JTF officer, what would you guys say? Knowing you guys, probably not much, but it probably wouldn't be of surprise to you guys anyway. Because I guess to us, we're just dealing with nothing more than either a tyrant, a terrorist, or a shadowy terrorist.
Available for playback nearby.
Shadowy terrorist organization. Either way, the new villain in Division 2 is supposed to be a former JTF officer. So I guess this former JTF officer can be related to one of the phone recordings that we just collected, or perhaps somebody else that's more darker than that person. Either way, we'll see how that goes next year. So for now, let's see what this echo brings. Looks like a family of sorts. Miko Hirashi, unknown, reporter. April. Nephew, what are you doing? My nephew, ladies and gentlemen. So, this will be our reporter here that we've already seen, who's currently with these two. Drew Christensen, and Miko Hirashi. So let's see what they are saying.
You're sure this place is empty?
We've scoped it out. If we're gonna do this, we need to do it now before someone else beats us to it.
In and out before sunrise. Just like we planned.
Just like we planned.
In and out before sunrise. I wonder what she's talking about in particular. Well, it's not in none of these areas that I know of.
Quick. Someone, come quick in the door. Someone, come quick in the door. Come quick in the door.
What door?
It's a fly in there.
Where?
It's outside.
The fly is outside, then don't worry about it, nephew, for as long as it's not inside. Don't let it in. I'm seriously gonna have to start locking my door.
Hey, John. Hey, can you keep the light on?
No.
No. And don't keep it on.
Why do you need it on?
Because I need to see something.
Well, you can see it out there.
But John...
Don't you join me. Go to the dining room and do that.
But Nima said no.
She said no.
No. I'm gonna bring it in here. And John is... popcorn. Light on. That's not mine. I can't see in here. It's dark in here.
You got 1 minute. Now, where is that drone? So, this is humanitarians. Humanitarians, organizations, and volunteers set up many shelters and food centers around the city. This image shows a church handing out food, water, and blankets to civilians in need, which is a good thing. We just found 13 out of 16 on these crashed drones. And the location I was at to where I not found it is like on the far right side of this map, off of First Avenue through the General Assembly level. Just make sure you don't start it. If you've already finished the General Assembly level, then don't worry about it. All you have to do is just walk in. And besides, we already took care of Bliss, right? In and out. Easy peasy.
Okie
Boy.
What do you want? We're trying to make Play-Doh, man. Kid.
I won't bother you.
Finally. What is it?
They just killed an officer.
Time. Yeah.
Alright, we found page 53. So that's like 23 out of 24. One more for the survival guide and we just filled out the whole page. Hands, nephew. So much for jumping out of the window. You know, sticky bombs can be very useful into taking out groups of them. Or you can practically use them for traps. Right by the hazmat guy. Alright, Directive 51. 2.
What does it say? It says a lot of things, but the part that matters is this. Certain people are now authorized to do whatever the hell it takes to clean up the big messes. Nuclear, biological, chemical attacks, pandemics, giant monsters, that sort of thing. As you might have guessed, their current situation qualifies. They're called the Division, and they're being activated as we speak. How do you know who they are? Look for those damn orange circles. You see the glow, then you'll know.
Whoops.
Why don't the bad guys trying to shoot you?
Because I was about to interfere.
9 more minutes. 9 more minutes, John. 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes.
9 more minutes for what?
9 more minutes, and that's time out.
No, nephew. Oh, looks like we found another Keener's report.
A Keener's report?
No, Keener.
Keener report?
No, Keener report, nephew.
Keener report?
Report.
Report?
Yes.
Keener report?
Let me rethink things a little. Did some more digging into our two virologists, specifically their work. That's where things got interesting. Now, if I'm reading Chernenko's abstracts right, there was no need to steal the smallpox, not when it had already been decoded and digitalized and set up to be tucked into an email like any other attachment. And that digital genome was just sitting there, waiting for someone with the right know-how. and the right equipment and the right imagination to make it live. This version of New York is just a start. The possibilities are endless. Is there a limit to what can be done? Let's find out.
Of course, Keener might say that. Nice room.
Look, John.
Yeah, okay.
It looks like a cookie. Doesn't look like a cookie.
Readings indicate an echo nearby.
Think about it, Vicky. I survived the car crash. I survived the fire at Mike's place. I survived the dog flu. What if it wasn't because I'm lucky, but because they couldn't hurt me at all?
Come on, David. What do you think you are? Some kind of Superman?
No, I can't fly. Or maybe I can.
David Hawkins.
David Hawking?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Global Hawking? Are you gonna get it or not?
It's a projection, nephew. It's a projection of a person that I'm looking at.
You looking at? I want to look at it.
David Hawkins, occupation freelancer, details medicated for severe anxiety.
Cool. Oh,
And this is
this was a cow?
Vicky Hart. Unknown.
What's that noise
Occupa-
in there? It's dark in there.
Nephew. Occupation layout artist.
Why it's laid out? Excuse me. Excused.
Cover your mouth next time.
Not burp.
When you burp.
Not burp.
Yeah, when you burp.
Ooh, excuse. Excuse. Where you gonna swim? Where you going? Where you gonna go with? Gonna go here or here? Something a person, something a person.
Is it even back up here? Well, I've already been in here.
Look, John, it's a Play-Doh.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a cookie. It's good. I'll cut it tomorrow. I'll see it.
Be on alert.
Let's cut it. Cut it up. No, why?
Looks like we're going up.
Why are you gonna climb out of that ladder? Upstairs. Upstairs. What's there?
David, I really don't think this is a good idea.
How do I know I can't if I don't try? All the evidence points to this.
This is literally crazy. What if you... David!
Whoa, I better not fly off either.
Don't treat me.
No. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You're scaring me.
Oh, and Play-Doh out.
Great.
Play with the game, huh?
Whoever just did that is gonna pay for that. Bum.
I'm bored.
2, 1.
It's something here. What?
A little off from the song.
Yeah.
Christopher. Alright, nephew, I would appreciate it if you stopped making that sound.
Ta-da.
Christopher Perez. Occupation homeless. Multiple misdemeanors for vagrancy. Look like they're only showing them, not the rest of them. Yeah, well. Looks like we're about to close the book on this survival guide, because it looked like this page is not too far from me.
The other way, smaller. Ma.
Alright, this is page 50 of the survival guide, and we officially found number 24. All the survival guide pages have been collected. Looks like a... What are you doing? Alright. Try not to make too much noise when you're playing with the Play-Doh. Early days. Charles Bliss and friend reminisce about early days of the LMB.
It's more than that to kill me.
Remember when we were back in the sandbox? Gosh, yes. I had hair back then. And you had everything figured out. Not much has changed there. You've always been good at leading soldiers. Leading them into battle, leading them to join up with a new PMC. They're always willing to follow. Well, I've got some good speechwriters. Knock it off, Charles. You write your own crap and you always have. And they'll always follow you. They follow you to the gates of hell if you ask. You've done a hell of a job here, Charles. Hey, I'm not done yet. The best is yet to come.
I wonder if this former JTF officer just happened to be Colonel Charles Bliss's friend. Interesting theory. But I don't know if it's gonna relate. Alright, nephew, stop spinning around. You don't want to make yourself sick doing that. Looks like we found another Kena report.
Progress report. It looks like the Last Man Battalion's the best bet, at least in the short term. I've set up the line of communication with Lieutenant Colonel Charles Bliss, and it's proving mutually beneficial. There's a certain overlap of viewpoints there, and some shared ambition. He's a man who has a vision for this godforsaken rock, one that I can work with. We've already collaborated on one operation in Brooklyn, but taking down a helicopter is just a first step. Let's see how far this can go.
And that looked like that's about it. At least for Turtle Bay. "21 more days until the next badge." Alright, so survival guide, we've collected all of them. Phone recordings has just begun. Incident reports, we're almost finished with that. Crash drones, we're kinda almost finished with that. And so is echoes. So now I should be looking at Tenderloin and Flantron District. And the garment district.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Button fly. Then the hammer. Maybe I don't.
I think I'm gonna keep the Alpha Bridge gear, seeing as though I keep getting them. Never mind.
You just go somewhere, something new. We're gonna stop them.
Alright, so what are we about to do?
What are we about to do?
Hey, Agent. I need you to check in with the new guy, Kekich, over at the terminal. He's got something big on his hands and he could use your help.
Well, I suppose I should end the stream for now. And come back later for another underground adventure. Because I've been babysitting for about most of the day. And
You being babysitting, John. When you was a baby, I can walk you to the sleep, John.
uh-huh. Alright, I'm pretty much going to end the stream a little bit earlier. But I will be back on for the underground missions. We're going to try to do more of it. And we'll see where we can go from there. Alright, see y'all in a few. I salute you.